Now to a story of a shameful example of misuse of power. The Brooklyn District Attorney says a man wrongfully convicted for fatal shooting in 2004. But worse, police knew they had the wrong man. The real suspect had the same name, even lived in the same precinct, but police moved ahead and pressed charges against an innocent man anyway. Now, after 2 decades behind bars, he's a free man. Eyewitness News reporter Mike Marza live in downtown Brooklyn with more. Mike.
David, I was in the courtroom, a pretty remarkable moment. I mean, just imagine after serving your adult life behind bars, you were able to walk free, and he is less than an hour into that freedom. In fact, in court, he talked to the prosecutors from representing the district attorney's office. He also spoke to just everybody listening, and he said he wanted to thank God, but he also wanted to pass along his condolences to the victim's family, because this ruling today, while yes, it releases him from behind bars, it also means that the justice they thought they had during his conviction back in 2007 was not the case, was not the justice that they thought they had. Let's show you some of that video. We were in the hallway less than an hour ago as Sheldon Thomas walked with his grandmother, told us tonight he's going to eat oxtail and spend time with his family. He is free for the first time in 18 years. Less than an hour ago, a judge granted Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez's request to vacate that conviction. Sheldon Thomas was serving 25 years to life for killing 14-year-old Anderson Bersey and wounding a man in a 2004 drive-by shooting in East Flatbush. Now, David, as you mentioned, the conviction review unit discovered that he was convicted in large part because detectives used the wrong picture in a photo lineup presented to a witness. That lineup included a different man who also happened to be named Sheldon Thomas. Officers then arrested the Sheldon Thomas, who was finally released today. Now, Sheldon Thomas declined to speak to reporters after the ruling today, but he did give about a 2 or 3 minute speech in court.
I've waited a long time for this day to happen, and there's so many times when I was in my cell, I would think of this moment and replay conversations that I've had with myself, what I would say, who would be there, and right now I'm speechless.
There are no winners here. We spent nearly 19 years in state prison. There's still a 14-year-old boy who lost his life in December of 2004. So no winners, but there were a lot of lessons that I think we learned from this case. And this is a prime example of why the Conviction Review Unit was established, to go back and correct miscarriages of justice.
And that work continues. The Conviction Review Unit has resulted in some 34 convictions being vacated since 2014. And the DA told me about an hour ago that the investigations are still underway in 50 other cases.